So according to Core Concepts in Health by Paul Insel and Walton Roth, 50% of all college students report depression so severe that it alters their daily lives. Still think depression doesn't apply to you? Depression is a serious life-altering illness that many people don't even know that they have, and many people who do get diagnosed with depression rarely receive treatment for it. My goal today is to get to the heart of why that is. So to do so, we first have to understand what depression is and understand some symptoms of it, and then clear up any misconceptions that many people have about depression. And then finally, I'll let you know how you, as a college student here at MJC, can receive free treatment for depression if you think that you might have it. So fun fact, did you know that 30% of people who get diagnosed with depression actually receive treatment for it? So why is that? Many people who do have depression rarely receive treatment for it just because they have so many misconceptions about depression. And many people don't even know that they have depression because they don't understand that the symptoms that they're having are depression-like. So what is depression? Depression is a serious mental illness that is treatable, that's usually caused by chemical imbalances in the brain, hormonal changes, medication, or things going on in their life. The Illinois Department of Personal Health states that common symptoms of depression are poor appetite, constant bad or empty moods, insomnia, trouble concentrating, and even thoughts of suicide. Depression is the most common mood disorder in America, striking nearly 10% of Americans. So, if depression is this serious, why do people not treat it like it's as serious as it is? A lot of that has to do with the fact that people have so many misconceptions about depression. According to WebMD, the two most common misconceptions about depression are that it'll just go away on its own and that they'll have to take a pill for the rest of their life. These statements are just that, misconceptions. To the people that think that depression will just go away on its own, people don't just snap out of depression. Depression that has a biological reason needs some kind of treatment just to help cure and tame it. If you wait to treat depression, it can not only worsen the depression, but also if you do decide to take treatment for depression in the long haul, it can make the chances of it coming back much higher. Also, waiting to treat depression can contribute to some serious health issues like diabetes, loss of metabolism that leads to obesity, Alzheimer's, and even cancer. The most common health issue of untreated depression is heart disease. To the people that don't want to take a pill for the rest of their lives, many of you don't even have to. What a lot of people don't understand about depression is that there's many common treatments for depression besides taking a pill. Some of those include group therapy and personal therapy. These treatments are often even more effective than taking the pill. EverydayHealth.com states that people who receive treatment for depression have healthier weight, better sleep, and have better memories, are even more motivated than people who never receive treatment for depression. So now that you know what depression is and how to tell if you have it, and a couple misconceptions that you may have about depression is cleared up, let's talk about how you, as a student here at MJC, can receive free treatment for depression if you think that you might have it. So, how many of you guys have ever been to the counseling office before? Okay. So, did you know that they do not only career counseling, but also personal counseling? Literally all you have to do is just walk into the counseling office and tell them that you think you might have depression, and you can meet with a personal counselor and they'll talk to you, and if you meet with them and they think that your problem is too serious for them to handle, then not only will they refer you to an outside counselor, but they'll also pay for up to your first 16 sessions with that counselor. So if you think that you might have depression, then really there's no reason for you not to go in and get treatment for it. I mean, it's free. Another thing to keep in mind is that suicide is too often a side effect of having depression that's untreated. If you think you have untreated depression and have any suicidal thoughts, on the paper that I handed out has the suicide hotlines number on there, along with all of the MJC counseling office's information. Seeing depression up close and personal with my mom and knowing that I might actually have depression someday too makes me want to not only educate myself, but also the people around me, so if they think that they might have depression, they don't have to struggle with something that they can fix. Depression is a serious mental illness that can be treated, but you have to be the one that goes in and receives treatment. There's not going to be somebody that goes in and says, you have to go in and get treated. You have to be the one that wants to go in and get treated. You have to first know the symptoms of depression, clear up any misconceptions that you might have about depression, and then ultimately go in and get treated for it. When my mom first got diagnosed with depression, life was kind of rough for us because she first, like, when she'd get home from work, she would just go home and she'd want to sleep all day long. And then when she was awake, it wasn't really fun to be around her. She would constantly argue with you about little things and constantly kind of take out all of her depression and all of her anger out on me. And for months and months and months, I knew that she had this problem, and I would just go to her and tell her, you need to go in, you need to get treated, you need to do something about it. And she just never really took it seriously. She kind of thought of, oh no, this is just going on right now. It'll get better. It's just a thing I'm going through. And so she waited about 6 to 8 months before she actually went in and got treatment for it. And those 6 to 8 months were horrible. I never wanted to be home. I never wanted to be around her, just because I knew if I was around her and I knew if I was home, that I knew what it was going to be like. I knew that she was going to just be mad at me all the time and take all of her anger and all of her depression out on me, so I never wanted to be around that. And now that she is home and she is taking treatment for depression, she wishes that she did so earlier. So don't be like my mom and regret not taking treatment for depression earlier. Go in and get treated for depression as soon as you think that you might have depression. Depression isn't something that'll just get better overnight, but with the right treatment, it will get better for not only you, but also the people around you. There is a cure for depression.